evening. You're watching Setting the Election Agenda here on CNN News 18 with me, Poonam Burde. Over the next 60 minutes, I will take you through the day's biggest political story, the war around it, the impact it would have or perhaps not on the upcoming elections. We'll also bring you voices from on ground, from the length and breadth of this country. This show is going to be your one-stop shop in election season. And let's begin with the suspense over the Amethi seat as far as the Congress goes. Remember, we are less than 2 weeks away before the first vote is cast. But the Congress is yet to announce its candidate both for Amethi and for Raebareli, both which are believed to be the Congress's Gandhi family bastions. Top sources within the Congress have now informed CNN News 18 that the Congress will announce its Amethi candidate only after polling for Wayanad is over. Remember, Amethi and Raebareli both vote towards the end of the 7 phases. Wayanad, meanwhile, votes on the 26th, which is the second phase. Remember, why we're speaking of Wayanad in connection with Amethi is because these are the 2 seats that Rahul Gandhi contested from last time around, lost Amethi, won Wayanad. That is why it looks like the Congress now wants to see what the voting day in Wayanad would look like, and post which they will take a decision on Amethi.
Today, Smriti Irani ne soundbite diya where she's saying that what you did to Amethi in 2019, you're going to do to Wayanad now. That's what she said when she went to Wayanad.
She can say whatever
and how
she
you're letting down the people of Amethi because you're trying to fool them and not tell them. Why is there no clarity? Is the Congress party...
There is total clarity. Mr. Rahul Gandhi was asked this question on the 15th of March in Thane, and he answered, and I can do no better than to repeat what he said that day. He said, he was asked, क्या अमेठी से आप चुनाव लड़ेंगे? तो he said, मैं कांग्रेस का वफादार सिपाही हूँ, जो CEC तय करेगा, मैं उसी निर्णय का पूरा पालन करूँगा.
So does the party want him to contest from Amethi?
No, if you are asking me, is the party want him to contest? The answer is yes. The people of Amethi want him to contest. Party is yes. Ultimately, these are decisions that are discussed in the CEC and a considered view is taken. And you know, first of all, I'm not a member of the CEC. And secondly, there is still lots of time before the nomination process starts for Amethi on the 27th particularly.
कि हमको ये जानकारी प्राप्त हुई है, ये जब जाहिर है कि वायनाड में अपना चुनाव लड़ने के लिए राहुल गांधी ने आतंकवादी संगठन पीएफआई का समर्थन लिया. पीएफआई के संदर्भ में जब चार्जशीट आप पढ़ेंगे तो आप जानेंगे पीएफआई के आतंकी संगठन ने हर जिले में कितने हिंदुओं को मारना है उसकी लिस्ट बनाई. तो जो हिंदुओं को मारने की लिस्टें बना रहे हैं राहुल गांधी जी, कृपा अमेठी की जनता को ये बतलाएं, ऐसे संगठन के सहयोग से आप वायनाड का चुनाव क्यों लड़ रहे हैं?
The BJP there raising questions, and none other than Smriti Irani, the one who defeated Rahul Gandhi in Amethi in 2019. She asked, what is the reason why we're not seeing anyone yet being fielded by the Congress party? Is Rahul Gandhi too scared? Is Rahul Gandhi running away? Is the question that the BJP asks. Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party maintains that this is a decision for the party CEC to take. When is that decision going to be taken really is the million-dollar question everybody is asking. And until that suspense continues, it perhaps only gives more ammunition to the BJP. Pallavi, my colleague, joining us, getting us more details, getting us more inside scoop of what the strategy of the Congress party is. Pallavi, as far as Amethi is concerned, it votes in the 5th phase, so there is still time for the Congress party to wait and decide who they want to field against Smriti Irani. But like I said, the suspense only gives the BJP more ammunition, isn't it?
And that's exactly what Smriti Irani said in Amethi today, that why is it that Rahul Gandhi seems to be running away and why is there no clarity yet from the Congress party who is going to be their candidate from Amethi. In fact, when I did speak to Jairam Ramesh a short while back, he told me that the party certainly wants him to contest from there. In fact, the people of Amethi also want to contest from there. What sources are telling me is that there was an internal assessment report card which was presented, and according to a report card, Poonam, the assessment which has been given to the Congress top leadership is that it's quite doable indeed if Rahul Gandhi contests from there. There is an anti-incumbency against Smriti Irani, so he can afford to contest from here. Whether it's going to bite the bait, whether he's actually going to be contesting, that CEC has not yet taken place to decide on Amethi and Raebareli.
Right, and speaking of what the Congress's internal strategy is, do stay on with us because more information that you're gathering for us from the Congress's camp is about what the Congress strongly feels of why Rahul Gandhi this time around can give Smriti Irani a tough fight. Remember, she was a giant player as far as 2019 went. Amethi is a Gandhi bastion and Rahul Gandhi lost to Smriti Irani there. But this time around, there is anti-incumbency and the fight still can be won by Rahul Gandhi, which is why he still should be fielded from Amethi is what many within the Congress ranks believe. But Pallavi, as far as Amethi is concerned, you know, the last day of nomination is just perhaps a day after the Wayanad poll is over. So are they cutting it too close is also something that many are asking.
Well, I mean, one thinking within the Congress party is that let's not make the mistake which we made in 2019, because over there one of the main reasons which is believed to be why Rahul Gandhi lost from Amethi was the fact that he sent out very confusing signals to the people of Amethi. He went to Wayanad and on the day of the polling he didn't turn up into his ex-constituency. So the narrative which was built up by the BJP was that he was running away from Amethi or Amethi did not matter. Now if you notice, the same pattern was being followed by the BJP when Smriti Irani had gone for the nomination of Surendran, who is the BJP's candidate from Wayanad. She said, look, he ran away from Amethi, he's going to run away from Wayanad as well. So don't trust him. I don't think the Congress really wants to take that chance. So there is a feedback which has been given, is let the polls got wind of it, which is why you're going to be seeing these kinds of questions being raised, with the lead being taken by Smriti Irani herself, who today in Amethi raised this question that immediately the Congress party must make it clear whether Rahul Gandhi is going to be contesting from Amethi or not.
Right, do stay on with us. Arun Dhanta, my colleague, also joining us, getting us more details of how the BJP is viewing this. Arun, we've seen the kind of attacks Smriti Irani has made. She personally has been leading this fight against Rahul Gandhi. She was talking about it as far as Amethi is concerned when she went to Wayanad, when the BJP state president and the one who's going to be taking on Rahul Gandhi in Wayanad was filing his nomination. And that's exactly the narrative that she tried to build there as well. Is the BJP confident that if Rahul Gandhi is fielded from Amethi once again, we will see a 2019 repeat? We'll try and reconnect that line with my colleague Arun there. But Pallavi, like we were saying, the Congress seems to be confident that anti-incumbency is something that Smriti Irani does face. But when we talk about Lok Sabha elections, more often than not, the vote really is for the person at the centre, for the central government, irrespective of who the member of parliament really is. We've seen that kind of trend in multiple states and multiple seats as well.
I mean, Poonam, I'm sorry, but if you could repeat your question, please.
We were talking about the kind of trends when we see voting for, or the voting pattern for Lok Sabha elections. You know, the Congress might say now that there is anti-incumbency that Smriti Irani faces, but it is really the man at the centre that most people are voting for when it comes to Lok Sabha elections. That's really what many believe. So if that's something that they go by, the BJP would be confident that Smriti Irani will win once again with a landslide.
Well, I mean, I've travelled to Amethi since 2004 and I would say just very recently I went there when the Bharat Jodo Yatra went. There is no denying the fact that a lot have changed in Amethi. There's been lots of development work, industries have come in, factories have begun, self-help groups have also come in place and, and it certainly helps. A double engine ki sarkar in that sense does help in Amethi, because I remember when Rahul Gandhi was a member of parliament and when you had the BJP in power or you had a different state government in Uttar Pradesh, Rahul Gandhi himself would often accept and admit the fact that, I'm not getting the kind of support which I would require from the state government or even by the central government. So these kind of problems have always arisen. That advantage I think Smriti Irani also has. And yes, the image of the Prime Minister, because ultimately he is the trump card. But Smriti Irani herself has been spending a lot of time and, she's almost there even when she lost.
Can we get Arun? We were talking about Amethi, but the suspense continues over Raebareli as well. That's something that hasn't been declared by the Congress either just yet.
Yes, I mean in Raebareli also that suspense remains because it was still recently Sonia Gandhi's constituency, but as we all know, she's gone to the Rajya Sabha and no clarity again yet from the Congress whether who's going to take the place. Will it be someone from the Gandhi family? Will Priyanka Gandhi Vadra finally make her poll debut and contest from Raebareli, or will it be actually Rahul Gandhi? Unless the CEC is held, whatever we say is going to be just mere speculation as well as conjecture. So there's no clarity yet from the Congress party as to who really will be contesting from where.
Getting us more details of the BJP strategy. Arun, as far as Amethi and Raebareli are concerned, the fact that the Congress hasn't declared its candidate, that is only giving more ammunition to the BJP. And as far as Amethi goes, the BJP is confident that Smriti Irani is going to win once again. Arun? We'll try and reconnect that line, but for the moment, Pallavi, thank you so much for getting us the latest. Shifting focus now to more news coming in. Let's talk about Maharashtra now. There are 3 seats which seem to be sparking a dispute within the Mahavikas Aghadi coalition, which is the India Alliance in Maharashtra. Sangli is one of them. It's a sticky point between the Congress and the Uddhav faction is what we're given to understand. The state leadership of the Congress is miffed with the UBT faction because without consulting the Congress party, the candidature of Chandrahar Patil from Sangli has been announced. There are 2 other seats where there seems to be an issue between the alliance partners. Sangli is one of those seats where there is an issue between all 3 parties. We're given to understand there are other seats as well where the allies do not see eye to eye. Bhiwandi and Mumbai South Central are those seats as well. Mayuresh, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more details. Mayuresh, what can you tell us? What are the issues, and are these issues something that can be ironed out now?
Poonam, the question mark over Sangli and 2 other seats basically remains the same because Congress local leadership is completely dependent upon the central leadership. They are waiting for the instructions from the central leadership about the Sangli. Also, if we talk about Mumbai South Central, from where Congress wants to contest, and if we talk about the Bhiwandi, that seat basically has gone to Uddhav Thackeray again, and Uddhav Thackeray has declared the candidate already. But Congress wants to contest that seat, saying that is our traditional seat. So it would be interesting to see that tomorrow Mahayuti, Mahavikas Aghadi will be holding a press conference, and in that press conference, what exactly these 3 parties say and decide, that needs to be seen.
Right, there are 2 other seats. One, of course, is Sangli. The other is Mumbai South Central and that of Bhiwandi as well. There too, we're given to understand, Mayuresh, that all parties, in fact, all 3 parties in the coalition want their candidate to be there.
Absolutely, because if we talk about the Bhiwandi seat, NCP wanted to contest it, that particular seat, and NCP Sharad Pawar faction have declared that seat. But Congress is saying that it is our traditional seat, and since long time we are contesting this seat. So that's why Congress is basically met with both the alliance partners. It was expected 2 weeks back that to resolve this issue. But so far, Congress High Command has not given any kind of instruction to the state leadership, and that's why state leadership is clueless about it.
Right, Mayuresh, there seems to be a lot that's happening as far as Maharashtra and the India Alliance there is concerned. For the moment, though, thank you so much for getting us the latest. Shifting focus from Maharashtra to Karnataka now. CNN News 18 and my colleagues have been speaking to all the stakeholders, to the candidates, about what's at stake, what gives them the confidence in this election. In an exclusive interview with Tejasvi Surya, who is a sitting member of parliament from Bengaluru, he's seeking a re-election from Bengaluru South. He told CNN News 18 that Prime Minister Modi is going to be the leader of the nation once again. That is not just the pulse of Bengaluru, but across the nation, which is why he says that the opposition's lack of clarity is something that the BJP will definitely benefit from. Listen in.
Well, in this sweltering Bengaluru heat, where the heat temperatures have already breached 39 degrees Celsius, what we are seeing is also the heat of the political situation in Karnataka. But Bengaluru South, again the word heat, because it's a hot seat. I'm joined by sitting MP Tejasvi Surya. Thank you so much for joining us here at CNN News 18. I see you've been campaigning door to door. They've been talking to people as well. And one important thing I heard you speak about is a turnout of people. 53% is what we saw last time. This time you're asking them to come out 100%. But how confident are you? First, let me ask that. Then we'll talk about turnout.
Confident of?
Of winning.
Oh, 100%. So, the kind of popularity that Narendra Modi ji enjoys in Bengaluru as a whole, and especially Bengaluru South, is incredible. Last time, the people of the city, people of my constituency, had blessed the BJP with a massive majority. We had won the seat with a 3 lakh plus margin. I am very confident that having seen the kind of work that we have done over the last 5 years, especially in the infrastructure sector, the kind of work that we did during the COVID time, people have seen me close, people have seen us deliver. Many legacy problems that Bengaluru was wanting to be resolved, like the suburban rail, which was pending from almost 40 years, the approval of the US consulate that was pending from the time of SM Krishna's government, the approval and construction of the STRR, the expansion of the metro network, all of these things have reposed and given more confidence to the people of the city in the Prime Minister's leadership. Most importantly, Rohini, during the COVID pandemic, people saw me amongst them leading the battle against the virus from the front lines. So we set up new hospitals, we added more than 600 ICU beds in different parts of the city, we helped expeditiously vaccinate people. I even exposed the bed scam, which was not allowing people to fairly access beds in the hospital at a time when every day there was more than 10,000 cases being reported every day. So people have seen us deliver during COVID, the most testing time. People have seen me raise issues of the city and the state in the parliament multiple times. Even this morning, BPAC, a civic agency, advocacy agency today, has made a study of all the MP-led fundings, questions asked in the parliament, debates in the parliament, and has rated me as a top performer MP in all of the state. So having seen that, people will bless us again. I am very confident that this time our voting margin will increase and we will win the seat with a 5 lakh margin.
Well, let me ask you, because I remember campaigning with you in the previous election as well. Last time when you came, the first time you were seeking votes as well. You've had 5 years to show. Last time also they said that you won in the Anand Kumar wave also, because he also was part of Bengaluru South for a long time. Now 5 years you've showed your report card as well. This time what do you think is in favor of is in your favor?
In all seats across the country, there is only one factor in this election. And people are going out to vote to answer one question. Who will be leading the country for the next 5 years? This is the primary question that people are coming out to vote and answer. People of the country have seen the kind of transformation that the country has witnessed in the last decade under Prime Minister Modi's leadership. People have understood the importance of political stability, policy continuity, for creating prosperity, wealth, and a sense of security in the country. So people are going to be voting to choose the leader of the nation. And the leader of the nation is going to be Narendra Modi once again, because that's the pulse of the people, not just here in Bengaluru, but all across the country. That's the only factor, Rohini, in all elections across the country.
Well, you're facing Congress's Soumya Reddy. Now, she also contested the assembly elections. And I remember when on the counting day towards the end, there were also allegations that said that you went and sat in the polling booth, and now finally things went awry completely. And now she's facing you, and that's why it's also becoming a hotter seat. Her father's a sitting minister in the Karnataka government. Allegations also talked about people being called in to be a part of your campaign and said that your students should vote and they should vote for the BJP. How do you look at all this?
Rohini, there is one camp that is trying to make noise. And then there's another group of volunteers here who are trying to take the vision of Viksit Bharat to people. I believe that all of these questions will be answered by the public, the voters, on the 26th of April, and the results will be out on the 4th of June. Like I said, it really doesn't matter who the opposition candidate is in this election, because people are not looking at elections at a local level. How much ever the Congress wants to localize the election, this is a national election. We are electing MPs to the Parliament of India. We are choosing who is going to be the next Prime Minister of the country. So it really doesn't matter who the candidate is from the opposition, because the vote is to select the country's next leader for the next 5 years.
Shifting our focus back to Maharashtra now, where Prime Minister Modi is going to be addressing a rally in just a short while from now. This is the first rally the Prime Minister addresses in the state. Chandrapur is where the Prime Minister is going to be. BJP Sudhir Mungantiwar is the candidate from Chandrapur. My colleague Vinaya, who's there joining us live, getting us more details. When are we expecting the Prime Minister there, Vinaya? We're given to understand he's a little behind schedule.
Well, yes, the schedule is running a bit late, but in some time we expect that the Prime Minister will address a rally at Chandrapur. Now remember, Chandrapur is among the few constituencies that goes to polls in the first phase of elections that are going to happen, and that is why now we are seeing that there is a lot of focus on Maharashtra, particularly Vidarbha area, which is going to polls for the in the first phase. So that is why maybe Chandrapur, maybe Bhandara, you're seeing star campaigners come in. In fact, today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to address a massive rally here in Chandrapur in order to campaign for Sudhir Mungantiwar, who is currently a Maharashtra minister and who is the Lok Sabha candidate from the BJP's side. Remember, during the last elections in 2019, in the entire Modi sweep, this was the only seat that Congress was able to maintain. This was the lone MP from Congress that went from Maharashtra. He passed away unfortunately some time ago. So his widow is now contesting the election against Sudhir Mungantiwar. So that is going to be a fight which one will have to wait and watch for. There are several factors that are, that have changed since the 2019 elections. The political combination itself has changed. Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi, which had at that time worked against, the current, that government, we have seen that the Vanchit candidate who was there has now been brought into the fold of the BJP. So several factors have changed since the last time. The BJP hopes that it will be able to get this seat in these elections, but clearly star campaigners have started descending in Vidarbha, which goes to polls in the first phase. Today, the Prime Minister is going to be at Chandrapur within a day, that is on the 10th of this month. He is going to address a rally at, another location called Ramtek, which is near Nagpur. We have seen how Nitin Gadkari has also been campaigning consistently through all these areas.
Right.
Yogi Adityanath is also in Maharashtra today in the same region. So back-to-back campaigning rallies which are going to happen around this part of Maharashtra, which goes
and
to
Maharashtra is one
phase.
state which is going to be very interesting because both the NCP and the Shiv Sena have had a split from last time around. So who really retains the bastions is something that we'll have to keep an eye out on. But for the moment, Vinaya, thank you so much for getting us the latest. Shifting focus now to the state of Tamil Nadu, where the Prime Minister is going to be there tomorrow. We're given to understand that the Prime Minister is beginning his two-day visit to the state of Tamil Nadu. He's going to be holding a roadshow in Chennai and addressing 2 public rallies. That's what we're now gathering as far as the Prime Minister's Tamil Nadu visit is concerned. Remember, over the 4 months of this particular year, the Prime Minister has already been in Tamil Nadu for about 7 times or so. Tomorrow, there is going to be a roadshow in Chennai. He's going to be addressing 2 public meetings as well. Purnima, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more details. Purnima, this time around, what is going to be the Prime Minister's focus?
Well, Prime Minister will be doing a roadshow covering both South and Chennai central constituencies here. Remember, BJP heavyweights including Tamilisai Soundararajan as well as Vinod P. Selvam are contesting from these 2 constituencies. Chennai is also going to see a tri-cornered contest, this time with the BJP also fielding senior leaders of the BJP. So clearly, Prime Minister's message is loud and clear that they are gaining foothold in the state, and that's why Prime Minister and the BJP is betting big on Tamil Nadu. There are Prime Minister will be on a 2-day visit, and ahead of his visit, security tightened, especially in T-Nagar area, where the roadshow is all scheduled to take place at 6 p.m. tomorrow. 5,000 police officials have been deployed. And the BJP continues to maintain that they will make inroads and they will get a double-digit vote share, and they will win more than 5 seats, is what the BJP and senior leaders of the BJP tell us. And that's why this will be Prime Minister's 7th visit this year to Tamil Nadu, where the BJP maintains that this time around the BJP will give surprises from Tamil Nadu. We'll have to wait and see how and what message the Prime Minister has when he's doing a roadshow here, and also is on a 2-day visit in Tamil Nadu.
Right, Purnima, thank you so much for getting us the latest. And speaking of the Prime Minister's Tamil Nadu visit, and one of the candidates that the Prime Minister will be campaigning for, Chennai Central constituency, is going to be seeing DMK's Dayanidhi Maran take on BJP's Vinod Selvam. He's the BJP candidate that the Prime Minister is going to be campaigning for tomorrow. We are going to be DMK in the ring as well. Take a look at this exclusive conversation with the BJP's candidate this time around, and why he believes that this is the BJP's election year as far as Tamil Nadu goes.
Joining us is Mr. Vinod P. Selvam. He's the BJP candidate for Central Chennai. You know, what are the issues that you're highlighting during your campaign, and how has the reception been for you?
See, the people have been fooled for over 40 years now. They started realizing that consecutive governments have only been giving them false promises and nothing has happened. No real change has happened in their lives. People who started living in slums 40 years back still live in the same slums generation after generation. But those councillors and those DMK functionaries who have been making them vote for DMK, they have moved into palatial houses, they drive around in Fortuners and Innovas. So they have enriched themselves. Whereas the poor voter still remains in the same 150 square feet house where he began his life 3 generations back. So we are trying to speak to people, make them understand that Narendra Modi stands for development and all-inclusive development, not development of the select few, but for development of all. And people are trying to understand that these days. You know, things like NEET, things like new education policy, the triple talaq, all these have impacted the lives of every individual concerned. So people are with Narendra Modi, people are believing in the Modi guarantee, and we are very sure of getting a good victory in these coming up elections.
What are your poll promises for the people of Central Chennai?
See, this is the most multicultural, multi-ethnic constituency the entire of the state. People from all over the country, people who speak all languages, people who preach all religions, Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Jainism, Sikhs. So it's a very multilingual, multicultural constituency, and people from different strata of the society. The poor, the rich, the uber rich, the middle class, lower middle class, different income groups live here. So we're trying to draft out a manifesto which guarantees the betterment of lives of every person involved. Every party involved should benefit out of a manifesto which is being given. Let it be the fishermen, let it be the women. For example, we want to create sports facilities because you never see girls go and play in the public grounds. 2 things: because of safety, second because of no proper lighting in the evenings, third is because they have no place to go use restroom or change. So we want to bring about change. Like Narendra Modi has brought about the TOP scheme, Target Olympic Podium scheme, where so many sportsmen are being developed all across the nation. But in a metropolitan city like Chennai, if girls don't have the freedom to go play on the ground, what are we developing? What are we hinting at? So we're trying to get this all-inclusive growth where everyone tries to come up. A manifesto which includes the betterment of fishermen. There's a lot of fishermen who live here. For the fishermen, building of social halls for the poor people to have their functions, better metro connectivity, better flight connectivity, because it's an MP's job to voice the needs of the people. As I told you, people from all over the country live here. For them to travel to Surat or Jodhpur, Chennai needs to be connected better. So we're promising to be the voice of the need of the people and not of the need of the individuals.
And do you think it's a tri-cornered contest this time as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned?
It is a tri-cornered contest, no doubt about that. Not dismissing the ADMK. But what is very interesting to note is that both the ADMK and the India Alliance, both of them don't have a Prime Minister candidate. So who are you garnering votes for? They're slightly confused as to whether they assume that this is a council election. They don't understand that this is for the Prime Minister, and we need a strong Prime Minister to head the nation. You can't go and ask votes for Edappadi Palaniswamy or Stalin to say and portray as the Prime Minister of the country. So we are proud, the NDA has a Prime Minister candidate, a proud Prime Minister candidate who has proved himself, and we are campaigning for him.
And who is your competitor? Is it the ADMK or is it the DMK as far as 2024 Central Chennai is concerned?
We have no competition. We have aligned with good political parties. We are aligned with the people of the constituency, and we are very sure of a sweeping victory in this particular constituency.
On that note, it's time for a quick break here on this edition. But on setting the election agenda, we'll keep getting you more news and updates for the next half an hour, so don't go anywhere.
Guruji.
You see this, this change is some sort of an irony. Your grandfather, who's an iconic figure, his history and his legacy deeply rooted in the struggle of the farmers. Your decision of, allying with the BJP also comes against the backdrop of simmering discontent in the farming community against the present regime. And the main demand that you would also know is, of course, the rising sugarcane crisis, but predominantly pan-India it has been to give a legal guarantee on MSP. Do you feel in some sort of a way a little conflicted with allying with a party and also having to, be the torchbearer of the farmers community, because you are a very recognizable face amongst that community as well?
I understand your question. We have to engage with the policymakers. At least today, when there are farmers, who have their demands, they are able to put it to government. People in government, people in BJP should not feel कि हमारे दुश्मन है, and they do not feel like that. Coming from the inside, from sharing my perspective of what I have, sat through with them in meetings, their perspective, it's not that they have any adversarial attitude towards farmers. They recognize the contribution of farmers, and they want to do more for that community, for agriculturalists.
Did you feel the same when you were in the opposition?
Of course, see, government will take decisions. Some of them are good decisions. They're providing direct support, 6,000 rupees direct to everyone. Whatever your caste is, where you come from, you're a Hindu or Muslim, doesn't matter. You're a farmer, that has been recognized. Straight to your account, government is providing some support. Maybe meager, may not be what is required, but it is a commitment. And therefore, even the Bharat Ratna decision, in a way, it recognizes the spirit of this government and the approach. So not at all. I'm not putting any, it's not with a heavy heart I've taken this decision. I've taken it with a lot of hope. And farmers of this country must have hope. The third regime, the third term that we are seeking, thrice, a big mandate we are going to the people with. Yes. If we get that mandate, definitely a lot of good will come out of that.
And do you feel that being in the government would perhaps enable you to address those grievances of the farmer?
That will be the attempt. That
in
is
an alliance with government that is in power, you feel that would?
That is our sole purpose. That is our unequivocal. I'm saying it openly. That is our sole purpose. That is why, if we are in government, we are there for a reason.
Jainji, I spent a lot of time in Baghpat and also in other adjoining areas in Saharanpur. You have two seats from where your party will be contesting, Bijnor and Baghpat. Both.
Welcome back. You're watching Setting the Election Agenda with me, Poonam Burde, and there's breaking news that's now coming in. There's high drama outside the Election Commission's office here in the national capital. The TMC is staging a dharna outside the ECI where the police is detaining these TMC leaders. Those visuals on your screens of the drama that's unfolding outside the poll body's office here. Remember, a 10-member team of the TMC had come to meet the Election Commission. They were raising several demands, including the action that's being taken by central agencies. They claim that these agencies are working at the behest of the BJP, which is why they wanted the Election Commission to intervene. Nikhil, my colleague, joining us, getting us more details. Nikhil, there was a 10-member team of the TMC, including several MPs who wanted to meet with the ECI. But why are we seeing them being detained? What exactly transpired?
So majority of the MPs who arrived here to meet the election commissioner, they have already been detained. Only Dola Sen she has been left behind, and as of now there is this tussle which is going on between the Delhi police and Dola Sen as well, and eventually she is also going to be detained by the Delhi police. Why they sat on the protest? Because they wanted the change of the directors of all the central agencies with the immediate effect, and this is for the second time when they reached out to the Election Commissioner of India. In fact, last week as well they submitted a detailed memorandum requesting their demands, but today they got the time to meet the Election Commissioner in person. They came here with their delegation, and the major members of the delegation were comprising of Sagarika Ghosh, Santanu Sen, Saket Gokhale, Derek O'Brien, Dola Sen, and there were other leaders as well of the Trinamool Congress Party. And just right after the meeting with the Election Commissioner, they sat on the protest, and they said that they are going to sit on a 24-hour protest demanding the immediate change of the directors, particularly of those who are from NIA, CBI and the income tax. And the allegations which are being made by the Trinamool Congress Party is that at the time when the elections are on its peak, at the time when the leaders of the Trinamool Party are busy in the campaigning, that is the time when, on the behest of the Bharatiya Janata Party, the central agencies are working against the opposition, particularly TMC, in the state of Bengal. And this is the reason why a lot of, in fact, investigation are going on for late hours. In fact, this is a serious allegation which is made by a TMC delegation that at about 3:30 a.m., that means in the wee hours, the investigating officials reached out at the residence of some of the TMC members. This is the reason why a lot of chaos was seen against the NIA officials as well. But now, as is being seen in the visuals, that finally the last member of the delegation, Dola Sen, she is also in the process of being detained by the Delhi police, because there was no official permission which was sought by the Delhi police before sitting on the protest. This is the reason why right after sitting on the protest, immediately the Delhi police arrived here, the women personnel arrived here too, and they were taken to the Delhi police buses, and they have been detained as of now. And this is the last bus which is moving towards the direction where all of these leaders will be kept in the custody, so to say, in the detention, so to say, of the Delhi police. Back to you.
High drama there ensuing outside the Election Commission's office. Most of them have now been detained, is what we're given to understand. There's a 24-hour dharna that the TMC wanted to sit on, which was denied, which is why they have been detained. But did they meet with the Election Commission? Did that meeting happen? Any assurances that came to the fore?
Yes, so the meeting took place and it lasted for a few hours. At about 4 p.m. the delegation arrived here, and they also had the memorandum, and there were a couple of demands where they actually wanted the change of the directors, and this is something which we have been reiterating again and again. This was their primary demand, as to they are alleging that many of the TMC members, they are being troubled by those who are part of the investigating agencies, and this is the reason why we are seeing a lot of chaos which is currently happening in the state of Bengal. But yes, there are a couple of activities which are taking place. In the last few days, we have seen the incident of the Sandesh Khali as well, where the serious allegations were made against some of the TMC leaders. Sheikh Jahan was also one of the culprit, and there is another Sandesh Khali which is being alleged by the BJP leaders, that Sandesh Khali 2.0 is also taking place, which was in reference to the NIA officials who suffered a lot of heat, particularly from those against whom they wanted to investigate the matter. So this is something which is happening. So just amid all of these things, the TMC leaders, the delegation of the TMC, they arrived here at the ECI headquarters in the capital city at the Ashoka Road. They met the election commissioner. They have in detail, they have told them everything, and they wanted the immediate change of the directors of NIA, CBI and IT as well. This is the reason why they sat on the protest, on 24-hour protest, but all of them have now been detained by the Delhi police.
Right, thank you so much for getting us the latest. Nikhil, those dramatic scenes ensuing there right before all the TMC delegation members were detained by the police. Shifting focus now to the war wars that erupted between the Congress and the BJP. This is over the Congress's manifesto and certain promises that were made to the minority community in this country. Remember, the manifesto released last week. Since then, the BJP has continued its attack on the Congress party, over which the Congress has now decided to move the Election Commission as well. This after the Prime Minister on Saturday, and today BJP Chief JP Nadda slammed the Congress's manifesto, claiming that it had an imprint of the Muslim League, that it was the Muslim League's ideology that was being furthered in this particular manifesto. Before we get you those war of words between the BJP and the Congress, cutting across to the Prime Minister's rally in Chandrapur.
भारत रत्न डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर यांना वंदन करतो. चंद्रपूर कराना माझा नमस्कार. देश में गर्मी का पारा बढ़ रहा है और सियासी पारा भी चढ़ रहा है, लेकिन मैं देख रहा हूं आपके उत्साह में, आपके जोश में और आपके जज्बे में कोई कमी नहीं है. इस बार चंद्रपुर ने भी मन बना लिया है. फिर एक बार और चंद्रपुर से इतना सारा स्नेह मिलना मेरे लिए और भी विशेष है. ये चंद्रपुरी है जिसने अयोध्या में भव्य राम मंदिर निर्माण के लिए लकड़ी भेजी. नए भारत की प्रतीक संसद की नई इमारत में भी चंद्रपुर की ही लकड़ी लगी हुई है. चंद्रपुर की ख्याति पूरे देश में पहुंची है. मैं चंद्रपुर के लोगों को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं. कल से नववर्ष और नवरात्रि का पावन पर्व भी शुरू हो रहा है. सभी देशवासियों को इन पर्वों की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं. समस्त बंधू भगिनींना गुढी पाडव्याच्या आणि नूतन वर्षाच्या हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. साथियों, 2024 लोकसभा चुनाव स्थिरता बनाम अस्थिरता के बीच का चुनाव है. एक और भाजपा एनडीए है जिसका ध्येय है देश के लिए कड़े फैसले लो, बड़े फैसले लो. दूसरी ओर कांग्रेस और इंडी गठबंधन है जिसका मंत्र है जहां भी सत्ता पाओ खूब मलाई खाओ. इंडी गठबंधन ने हमेशा देश को अस्थिरता में झोंका है. एक स्थिर सरकार क्यों और कितनी जरूरी होती है ये महाराष्ट्र से बेहतर और कौन जानेगा. इंडी अलायंस की केंद्र में जब तक सरकार रही, महाराष्ट्र की लगातार उपेक्षा होती रही. जब इंडी अलायंस वाले ढेर सारी मिलना मेरे लिए और भी विशेष है. ये चंद्रपुरी है जिसने अयोध्या में भव्य राम मंदिर निर्माण के लिए लकड़ी भेजी. नए भारत की प्रतीक संसद की नई इमारत में भी चंद्रपुर की ही लकड़ी लगी हुई है। चंद्रपुर की ख्याति पूरे देश में पहुंची है। मैं चंद्रपुर के लोगों को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। काम पर ब्रेक लगाओ। जब यहां पर नए एयरपोर्ट की बात आई, इंडिया अलायंस वालों ने कहा कमीशन लाओ या काम पर ब्रेक लगाओ। इन लोगों ने जलयुक्त शिवार योजना बंद कर दी। बलिराजा जल संजीवनी योजना जो विदर्भ और मराठवाड़ा में सिंचाई के लिए थी, उसे भी इंडी गठबंधन वालों ने ठप कर दिया था। विदर्भ के विकास के लिए मैंने जिस समृद्धि महामार्ग का लोकार्पण किया, उसका भी इन लोगों ने विरोध किया था। इन लोगों ने मराठवाड़ की वाटर ग्रिड योजना बंद कर दी, कोंकण में रिफाइनरी प्रोजेक्ट रोक दिया, मुंबई मेट्रो का काम रोक दिया था। यहां तक कि पीएम आवास के लिए केंद्र से पैसा आने के बावजूद इन्होंने गरीबों को घर देना बंद कर दिया था। इनका लक्ष्य एक ही था, कमीशन लाओ या काम पर ब्रेक लगाओ। भाई और बहनों, हमारी सरकार ने महाराष्ट्र और विदर्भ के विकास के लिए इन सभी योजनाओं को फिर से शुरू किया है। मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथ जी शिंदे, उप मुख्यमंत्री देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी और अजीत पवार जी के साथ पूरी सरकार दिन रात काम कर रही है। विकास के बड़े काम तेजी से पूरे हो रहे हैं और जब नीयत सही होती है तो नतीजे भी सही होते हैं। इसलिए साथियों, आज देश का दलित, पिछड़ा, आदिवासी और गरीब मोदी सरकार को अपनी सरकार मानता है, अपनापन महसूस करता है। मोदी किसी शाही परिवार में पैदा होकर प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बना। मोदी एक गरीब परिवार में जन्म लेकर आपके बीच रहकर यहां तक आपने पहुंचाया है। और इसलिए मुझे पता है, जिन करोड़ों देशवासियों के पास अपना घर नहीं था, उनमें ज्यादातर दलित, पिछड़ा, आदिवासी ही थे। ये दलित, वंचित, आदिवासी ही थे जिनकी बस्तियों में पीने को पानी नहीं था, बिजली नहीं, सड़कें नहीं। इसी समाज के बच्चों को शिक्षा के अभाव से सबसे ज्यादा जूझना पड़ता था। साथियों, इसलिए मोदी ने गारंटी दी थी कि हमारी सरकार दलित, आदिवासी और पिछड़ा परिवारों का जीवन बदलने के लिए काम करेगी। मोदी ने वंचित वर्ग के हालातों को बदलने के लिए निरंतर मेहनत की है। देश में जिन 4 करोड़ गरीबों को पीएम आवास मिले हैं, उनमें सबसे ज्यादा इसी वर्ग के लोग हैं। हमने जिन 10 करोड़ से ज्यादा परिवारों को मुफ्त उज्ज्वला सिलेंडर दिया, वो कौन है? वो अधिकांश इसी वर्ग के लोग हैं। हमने वंचित वर्ग के हर परिवार के घर में शौचालय बनवाया है। आज हम 80 करोड़ से ज्यादा जरूरतमंदों को मुफ्त राशन दे रहे हैं। इसमें हमारे दलित, आदिवासी और पिछड़ा ही सबसे ज्यादा है। आपको पीछे मुड़कर देखने की जरूरत नहीं है। आप खुद का लगाओ कभी तो भी दिखाई नहीं देगा। आखिर तक लोग खड़े हैं। यहां कुछ लोगों को मन करता है जरा देखे पीछे कितने लोग हैं। जहां मेरी नजर पहुंचती है मुझे लोग ही लोग नजर आ रहे हैं, और इसलिए आप लोग पीछे मुड़कर नहीं देखोगे तो चलेगा। आज 50 करोड़ से ज्यादा गरीबों को 5 लाख रुपए तक का मुफ्त इलाज मिल रहा है। आज जिन 11 करोड़ किसानों के खाते में किसान सम्मान निधि का पैसा जा रहा है वो छोटे और कमजोर किसान ही है। आज हमारे दलित, वंचित, पिछड़ा और आदिवासी समाज के लोग सिर उठाकर जिंदगी जी रहे हैं। ये सब कुछ हो रहा है तो इसका श्रेय किसको जाता है? इसका श्रेय किसको जाता है? इतनी प्रगति हो रही है, श्रेय किसको जाता है? देश गरीब से गरीब व्यक्ति का भला कर रहा है, इसका श्रेय किसको जाता है? आपका जवाब गलत है। ये मोदी के कारण नहीं, ये सब आपके एक वोट की ताकत ने किया है। आपने मोदी को आशीर्वाद दिया है और इसलिए ये जो पुण्य कार्य है उसके आप भी उतने ही हकदार हैं। साथियों, राजनीतिक पार्टियों का ये दायित्व होता है कि वो जनता की समस्याओं का समाधान करे, लेकिन कांग्रेस पार्टी खुद ही समस्याओं की जननी है। आप आजादी के बाद से गिनना शुरू करिए, देश का विभाजन हुआ, मजहब के नाम पर ये विभाजन किसने करवाया? किसने करवाया? किसने करवाया? देश आजाद होते ही कश्मीर में समस्या खड़ी कर दी गई। कश्मीर में समस्या किसने पैदा की? जरा पूरी ताकत से बताइए, दिल्ली तक आवाज जानी चाहिए। ये कश्मीर को किसने मुसीबत में डाला? हमारे आसपास ही दुनिया के कई देश आजाद हुए, वो हमसे कहीं आगे बढ़ गए, लेकिन हमारा भारत पिछड़ता गया। तब ज्यादातर समय देश में किसकी सरकार थी? देश दशकों तक आतंकवाद का शिकार रहा। आए दिन कहीं भी बम ब्लास्ट हो जाते थे। तुष्टीकरण के लिए आतंकवादियों को संरक्षण कौन देता था? आतंकवादियों को संरक्षण कौन देता था? देश में नक्सलवाद जैसी समस्या इतनी विकराल हो गई। ये लाल आतंक किसकी देन था? किसकी देन था? साथियों, आजादी के 7 दशक बाद तक राम मंदिर का 500 साल पुराना विवाद बना हुआ था। अयोध्या में राम मंदिर के निर्माण पर अड़ंगा कौन लगाता था? अड़ंगा कौन लगाता था? कोर्ट में किस पार्टी के लोग भगवान राम के अस्तित्व पर सवाल उठाते थे? कौन सी पार्टी के वकील सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाकर कहते थे कि राम मंदिर पर फैसला न सुनाए? किस पार्टी ने राम मंदिर प्राण प्रतिष्ठा आयोजन का बहिष्कार किया? किस पार्टी ने दशकों तक बाबा साहब आंबेडकर को भारत रत्न नहीं मिलने दिया? इतने दशकों से हमारे लोग पिछड़ा वर्ग आयोग को संविधान का दर्जा देने की मांग कर रहे थे। किसने पिछड़ा वर्ग के साथ धोखा किया? हर बात का जवाब एक ही है। एक ही है कि नहीं है? एक ही है कि नहीं है? साथियों, पिछले 10 वर्षों से कांग्रेस सत्ता से बाहर है। आपने एनडीए को पूर्ण बहुमत दिया। हमने देश की बड़ी बड़ी समस्याओं का स्थायी इलाज किया है। आज महाराष्ट्र ही नहीं बल्कि पूरे देश में नक्सलवाद कमजोर पड़ गया है। जो गढ़चिरौली नक्सली हिंसा के लिए जाना जाता था, अब उसकी चर्चा विकास और स्टील कंपनी के लिए हो रही है। हमारा गढ़चिरौली अब फौलाद सिटी बनने जा रहा है। भाइयों बहनों, हमारे यहां मराठी में एक कहावत होती है, कडू कारले तुपात तळले साखरेत गोळले तरी कडू ते कडूच। यानी कड़वे करेले को घी में तले या शक्कर में घोले, वो फिर भी कड़वा का ही कड़वा ही रहता है। ये कहावत कांग्रेस पर सटीक लागू होती है कि नहीं होती है? होती है। वो सुधर ही नहीं सकते, वो कभी नहीं बदल सकते। अपनी करतूतों के कारण आज कांग्रेस पार्टी देश के भीतर जन समर्थन खो चुकी है। इसलिए अब कांग्रेस खुलकर बांटो और राज करो के खेल पर उतर आई है। कांग्रेस ने अपना जो घोषणा पत्र निकाला है, उसमें भी मुस्लिम लीग की भाषा लिखी गई है। क्या ये आपको मंजूर है? ये देश स्वीकार करेगा? इनके सांसद भारत के एक और विभाजन की बात कर रहे हैं। इंडिया अलायंस के लोग दक्षिण भारत को अलग करने की धमकी दे रहे हैं। इंडिया अलायंस में शामिल डीएमके पार्टी सनातन को डेंगू मलेरिया कहकर उसके खात्मे की बात करती है। और कांग्रेस नकली शिवसेना वाले उन्हीं लोगों को महाराष्ट्र में लाकर उनसे रैली करवाते हैं।
Guruji. You see this, this change is some sort of an irony. Your grandfather, who's an iconic figure, his history and his legacy deeply rooted in the struggle of the farmers. Your decision of, allying with the BJP also comes against the backdrop of simmering discontent in the farming community against the present regime. And the main demand that you would also know is, of course, the rising sugarcane crisis. But predominantly pan-India, it has been to give a legal guarantee on MSP. Do you feel in some sort of a way a little conflicted with allying with a party and also having to, be the torchbearer of the farmers community, because you are a very recognizable face amongst that community as well?
I understand your question. We have to engage with the policymakers. At least today, when there are farmers, who have their demands, they are able to put it to government. People in government, people in BJP should not feel कि हमारे दुश्मन हैं, and they do not feel like that. Coming from the inside, from sharing my perspective of what I have, sat through with them in meetings, their perspective, it's not that they have any adversarial attitude towards farmers. They recognize the contribution of farmers, and they want to do more for that community, for agriculturalists.
Did you feel the same when you were in the opposition?
Of course. See, government will take decisions. Some of them are good decisions. They're providing direct support, 6,000 rupees direct to everyone. Whatever your caste is, where you come from, you're Hindu or Muslim, doesn't matter. You're a farmer, that has been recognized. straight to your account. Government is providing some support. Maybe meager, may not be what is required, but it is a commitment. And therefore, even the Bharat Ratna decision, in a way, it recognizes the spirit of this government and the approach. So not at all. I'm not putting any, it's not with a heavy heart I've taken this decision. I've taken it with a lot of hope. And farmers of this country must have hope. The third regime, the third term that we are seeking, thrice a big mandate we are going to the people with.
Yes.
If we get that mandate, definitely a lot of good will come out of that.
And do you feel that being in the government would perhaps enable you to address those grievances of the farmer?
That will be the attempt. That
in
is
an alliance with a government that is in power, you feel that would
That
help
is
you?
our sole purpose. That is our unequivocal, I'm saying it openly, that is our sole purpose. That is why if we are in government, we are there for a reason.
Jainji, I spent a lot of time in Bagpat and also
Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. A day after reiterating its caste census promise while releasing the 2024 election manifesto in the capital, Congress leader and the Wayanad candidate Rahul Gandhi went one step further. Addressing a rally in Hyderabad on Saturday, Rahul Gandhi stated that if Congress comes to power, it will conduct a financial and institutional survey as well, to ascertain the distribution of wealth amongst the people of the country. In other words, while the Congress manifesto only promises a caste census right now, Rahul Gandhi has indicated that this caste survey may not be restricted to being used for government policies alone. The idea is to assess other facets of personal wealth in India too and somehow distribute it. How though? That remains an open question right now. Underlining that the party will ensure representation of all communities in all sectors, Rahul Gandhi said the Congress will ensure that it will give the rightful share of the people. Remember, the former Congress chief has already raised many eyebrows by announcing the Congress philosophy of Jitni Abadi, Utna Hak during his Bharat Jodo Yatras around the time the caste census demand was being crystallized. Add to that now the prospect of wealth distribution or redistribution. Remember, India opened up its economy under duress during the Congress government in 1991. Will wealth distribution mean that a new Congress inspired by Rahul Gandhi takes India back to nationalization or a communist style working when it comes to wealth? Is this even workable in a democracy and in India of today? That is the big question we take to our guests in just a bit. First up, let me break down what Rahul Gandhi specifically said when he espoused this whole thing about how wealth in the country is going to be distributed again, that they're going to re-look at it. So while stressing the Jitni Abadi Utna Hak slogan, Rahul Gandhi said Congress will conduct this caste survey by which they will count every person, every class for social and economic equality. Rahul Gandhi then further added that Congress will conduct a financial and institutional survey. Now this is key. After the caste survey, of course, you've determined the exact population and the status of backward castes, SCs, STs, minorities and others. And after that, a financial and institutional survey will come about. And finally, Rahul Gandhi said, the wealth of India, job schemes will be distributed to the backward castes, SCs, STs, minorities based on their population.